temperature is around about 8 degrees and dropping. I think this wind is going to play a part because you don't get much protection from the low stands here at the Estadio Alfredo Di Stefano. A lot of home fans here hoping to see Real Madrid get the job done. These Paris FC players, if they get the first goal, then who knows how this second leg could unfold. Let's look at the lineups first of all. Real comfortable 3-0 winners over second bottom Alhama on Sunday in the league. Tonight coach Paul Quesada, as expected, names the same 11 that won in Paris a week ago. Caroline Weir, Linda Caicedo and Atenea were all on target in that game. Atenea's first in the Champions League this season. Weir's fifth. In fact, she's netted in both meetings with Paris FC this season. Naomi Feller and Maëlle Lacroix, both French, again line up against French opposition. Feller as the central striker. The officials on the field tonight are from Romania. Referee Juliana Demetrescu. The VAR is Norwegian, Tom Harald Hagen. Well, the home side have won the toss. They want to win the tie. Now it's Paris' first match since the first leg 7 days ago. Coach Sandrine Souberon makes one change from that game. Fiona Liagra comes into what looks like a back five. Lorena Rosario is the player to make way, leaving captain Clara Mateo as the lone striker. Slovenian international Kaja Koresec netted a fine volley to open the scoring a week ago, with 19-year-old sub Maylin Mendy netting the deflected second at the end to keep Paris in the tie. Just how crucial will that prove to be? Real Madrid second in the Primera División, but 10 points behind Barcelona. Barca, who've been all-conquering this season with 92 goals scored in 20 league games. Real's second top scorers have 47, way behind. Paris FC fourth in the Ligue 1 table, but way behind the leaders Lyon, who've won all but one of their league games this season. So away we go. A place in the last 8 of this season's Women's Champions League against Barcelona awaits the winner of this playoff. Real Madrid unbeaten in this stadium in the Champions League this season, although Paris FC came very close to winning here earlier on in the league phase. It took a Caroline Weir goal in the 98th minute to rescue a draw for Real on that occasion. But of course Real have the crucial 1-goal advantage from the first leg. French side through to the knockout stages of the competition for the first time in 13 years. Coming forward is Linda Caicedo, one of the stars of Real Madrid's season, and the first shot in anger goes the way of the home side, taking on all comers there, but a fairly tame finish in the end from the young Colombian, who netted Real's third goal a week ago. Looked like that might be game over, but Paris FC had other ideas. Real have won twice against Paris clubs this season, having beaten PSG on match day 2 and then winning again in Paris last week. By the way, they're their first 2 victories ever against French clubs. They'd love to make it a hat-trick here this evening. Yasmin with the ball forward, left back for Real Madrid. Las Blancas reached the quarter-final last season. They would love to repeat that feat and set up a mouth-watering clash with their Spanish rivals Barca, very much in the driving seat. Real. Bogart with the layoff there, collected here by Garbino. You can see already the wind is certainly having an effect here. Picard. Viagra. Picard. Is it worth the go for Garbino? Well, it was a long way out, but it could be wind assisted. Back pass by Grebeval. There's Melvin and Dongola, the French international, and there is Paul Quesada, the head coach of Real. Took the job in June, spent last season as assistant coach in Italy with Torino, but he had been at Real before that as a youth team coach, so very much a homecoming for him. Garbino for Paris FC, didn't get the angle on the pass that she had in mind. And that's been allowed to bounce, and Real could be in with Belair. Oh, good stop by Shabazz. The whistle's gone, and the yellow card, I think, is going to be brandished here. Oh, a red card. Is it for a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity here? Drama with just 4 minutes on the watch. Now the referee let it go. She got the shot away, which was saved, but it is a red card for Théa Grebeval, the Paris FC centre-back. And that has just made the visitors' task an awful lot more difficult. What a nightmare start for the French club. Well, it was just a long ball forward which was allowed to bounce twice by Grebeval. Belair nipped in front, and you can see she's got a hold of her arm and then the other arm. Belair did get the shot away. The referee allowed the action to be completed, but then pulled it back, and disbelief etched all over the face of Sandrine Souberan as her side are reduced to 10 players early on. And what a massive boost that is for Real Madrid. And there could be further punishment to follow with the free kick just a couple of metres outside the penalty area. Eva Navarro over the ball, as is Weir. Now if the swirling wind ends up being behind this shot, that could create a huge problem for the goalkeeper. Right now, the wind is helping Real Madrid. Now the right foot of Navarro, left foot of Weir. It's going to be Weir into the wall, booted away by Clara Mateo. Well, they are right up against it now, Paris FC. A goal down, a player down. Paul Quesada did say in his news conference yesterday, he feels mentally it's easier to manage a 1-goal advantage than a 2-goal advantage. having only a 1-goal lead keeps you on your toes, he said. It's a game we're going to have to play to win. Well, there was a block there by Matteo. There was a suggestion that it flicked off her arm. But you're not going to get a penalty for that. It was right by her side, right tucked in. But a tumultuous start here, which has given Paris FC the proverbial mountain to climb, trailing 3-2 and having to play the vast majority of the match with only 10 players. The record after losing in the first leg is pretty dismal, I'm afraid. It's happened 3 times before for Paris FC, and they've gone on to lose all 3 of those ties on aggregate. As we know, it's not always easy playing against 10 players, because the side with 10 knows that they've just got to sit back and dig in and try and stay in the game. It was a little bit, you have an attack, we'll have an attack, prior to the red card. I think it'll be very different now. Paris FC have won the free kick here. And I think in their predicament, set plays are going to have a lot of importance. It's clipped wide by Hossein. Here's Bogart. And Dongala. Just a little touch from Picard. Dealt with by Ivan Navarro. Throw to Paris FC. Matteo. And again, the Paris FC captain. You can see she was hoping to try and take it on there. Here they come again. The ball in by Liagra is dealt with, and now Linda Caicedo on the break for Real Madrid. She has Feller to the left. Still Caicedo wants the return. Athenea. Delightfully done. And they're asking the question with Sara Dabritz going over right by the goal line, claiming a push. Referee says goal kick. Athenea here, look at that delightful drop of the shoulder. Just too much on the cross, and I don't think the referee will be giving a penalty for this. That's just the slightest of nudges already by Mael Garbino. They're going to make a change, a tactical change, because of the red card. And Anaël Lemogadec is the unlucky player going off. And there's nothing to do with her performance. Very, very unfortunate for her. Davis comes on in her place. Davis. Here come Paris again. But crossing the right-hand side, didn't find a teammate, and she's lost it there, Bogart. pouring forward now. Antonea trying to get it through to Caicedo. That was a very risky pullback, to say the least. Still Caicedo. Oh, a chance! Oh! Caroline Weir denied what looked a certain goal. Clearly onside there, Linda Caicedo, who's been one of the superstars of Real Madrid's season, only 20 years of age, the Colombian. And then Weir here, just thinks she's got to knock it into the net. And what a brilliant save from Milen Chavas. A very crowded 6-yard box for this corner from Weir. Ended up and away by Thea Davids, has just come on. It's a fascinating contest now, isn't it? Because of that early red card, it really has changed the dynamic completely. Should just confirm that it was Maëlle Garbino who was taken off, not Lemogadec. She's still on. Such creative talent, Garbino. That's another loss for Paris FC, but it's a tactical change to make sure they've got enough defenders on the pitch. Picard. Well, she's played that behind Ndongala. Angeldal, the Swede. Real Madrid now just need to be calm and professional. Paris FC are going to have to put a lot of work in to make up for the fact they've only got 10 players. They're bound to tire as the game goes on. Real will dominate possession for sure from here on in. Angeldal. It was the right idea. Good run down that right-hand side by Naomi Feller. This is Linda Caicedo finding space down the left again, looking for Weir. It bounced up awkwardly for her, but nonetheless, brilliant stop to deny the Scottish international captain. It was described by Chavas this week as one of the world's best players, and she's just denied her a goal there. So Real Madrid side have won 7 of their last 9 home games in this competition. They don't even need to win this one to go through, of course. A draw is good enough. Lacra, the other French player in the Real Madrid side. Yasmin, the Brazilian left back. Brilliantly done by Lemogadec to nip it off her toes. Dabritz. Lacra. Mendes. Decisive pass by Maria Mendes, or at least it should have been. Antonea was waiting, it just eluded her. There goes Ndongala. Not easy to knock her off the ball. Didn't quite get the angle right with the pass though. And once again, it's the pace of Linda Caicedo bringing it forward for Real. Very difficult to stop. Yasmin, blocked by Selina Hossein for a Real corner. The coach has called Maria Mendes over for a little bit of tactical instruction. I just feel from a Paris perspective it's absolutely vital they don't concede, because it's very hard to see a way back given the red card. Matteo with the header away, volleyed goalwards by Yasmin. Hasn't scored in the Champions League this season. It's her 10th appearance in the competition. Real Madrid have scored in every single game. And Milen Chavas has put that straight out, just inviting more pressure. But that's a slack pass given away by Angeldal. Could this be an opportunity for Paris? She overhit that a little bit, Le Mogadec. They've kept it going. Matteo. Oh, good stop to deny Picard. Misa Rodriguez, the Real captain, with a fine save here. Cleanly struck by Picard, and that's definitely heading for the bottom corner. So a corner for Paris. Asiane Picard to take. Trying something a bit different. Ensuring they get the first contact, but well over by Hossein. But just signs of encouragement here for the French side after that devastating early setback. Losing one of the most experienced players to a red card. That is a foul, taken from the wrong place. Diana Liagra was the culprit there with the challenge. Goes by Dongala. Back pass by the sub, Thea Davis. Left track. Mendes. Back by Dabrit to Mendes once more. No attempt to press now from Paris. You can see they're trying to tempt them by passing it along the back line, but they're not having any of that, the visitors. Very important to be disciplined. Keep it tight, and if they can nick it like that, take the opportunity as Goalless fails to find Ndongala. So far that Paris FC game plan since the red card has worked pretty well. They just need to be a little bit more precise when they do nick the ball. Mendes. Lacra. Midway through the first half. One super save per goalkeeper. Teased in by Yasmin. Afternayer beaten to it. Some panicky defending going on there. Angledal, Caicedo trying to backheel it for Afternayer. Booted away by Goalless. Belair. Angledal. Well, we know she's capable of finding the net from that range. Chavas was quite happy to see that one just fly over the top of the bar. Certainly giving Sandrine Souberan plenty to think about here. Coach of Paris, Angledal's ball forward. Weir hoiking it into the middle, punched away by Chavas. That one's wide. Yasmin just with a swing of the left boot. And again with the wind behind, why not? Always well wide though. Minutes on the watch. Still goalless, so still 3-2 to Real Madrid on aggregate. Just worried from a Paris FC perspective about that red card, particularly as the game goes on. They will know that they must score the next goal in this tie. Easier said than done here.
Galaila.
Gamon, אבל...
Well, the angle was against her, so she opted to let it go behind. Chavas made the decision to engage. In the end, it's not even a corner, I don't think. She's been given offside, but certainly the goalkeeper wasn't to know this as she came right to the edge of the penalty area. That's the sort of risk that Paris are having to take in the circumstances. Ould Hossein couldn't pick out the captain Matteo. Lovely little flick on there. It was by Fellair. It was a clash of heads. The referee might have to stop the game here. Hossein down, and she has eventually. Selina Ould Hossein jumped up with Naomi Fellair. Fellair was okay. Hossein stayed down. Prepare to wince as we see it again. Right on the side of the head. I think the Paris FC coach Sandrine Soubiran will probably think to herself, we've played for a quarter of the match with 10 players. So far, the only real chance that Real have created is that one for Caroline Weir, which was brilliantly saved. But Paris, too, have forced the best from the Real goalkeeper, Misa Rodriguez, through that Océane Picard effort. David to the cross, plucked out of the air by Chavas. Second time of asking, but she got there. Caicedo. Promising this for Real. Angeldal gets it forward. Caicedo looking for Fellair. She's in! But the flag goes up to curtail the Real Madrid celebrations. Obviously, it will now be checked. But let's have a look. Oh, she's well offside, I think. Delightful through ball by Caicedo, but Fellair standing in an offside position. Even though she beat Chavas with a fine finish, that goal will not stand. And it remains 0-0 on the night. A real warning there for Paris FC. Still being looked at, but yes, offside confirmed. And we have played half an hour in the Spanish capital. Davis. Nice work once again by Ndongala. Oh, it didn't quite break Paris's way. Matteo though, she's appealing for handball. Real get it away. Being looked at, that's what the referee's saying. Did it strike the arm of Lacroix there as the ball bounced up in the air? No, we play on. Just a throw. Looking at those replays, I think that's probably the right decision. Yeah. Paris FC have lost their last 2 Champions League matches. They've never lost 3 in a row in the competition. They're determined to keep it that way. Proving to be very resilient at the moment, despite that very early red card. Clara Mateo clutching her right foot after that coming together. There's confirmation of the offside. Lovely through ball nonetheless. It's Mateo for Paris. Trying to lead by example. Very, very nearly squeezed that through as well. And Linda Caicedo, who's a constant threat on the counter, beaten to it by Hossein. Angledal, Navarro, Lacroix, Yasmin, forced wider by Ndongla, has come over to the other side. Remember, Paris haven't played since the first leg. Real Madrid did play at the weekend and won handsomely. Did make plenty of changes, but nonetheless they have played another game since winning in the French capital. Lacroix, Hossein with an unpretentious clearance downfield. Mendes. This is proving to be a bit of a puzzle for Real Madrid. Struggling to create too much against the 10 players of Paris FC. Will that change here? Weir. Oh, what a pass that is. Dabritz. And appeals to handball. It is. It's a penalty given against Océane Picard. Another hammer blow for Paris. It all came about because of that glorious pass from Caroline Weir, setting Dabritz away down the left, and the arm is clearly raised from Picard, even though it's from quite close range. There can be no doubt about that, surely. Now, Caroline Weir has the opportunity from the penalty spot to increase Real's advantage in the tie. This is a pivotal moment in the context of the playoff, with 10 minutes left in the first half. Can Caroline Weir convert the penalty? Oh, it's saved by Shabazz! Weir denied again! And Paris remain all square on the night. Well, she refused to dive early here, the Paris goalkeeper. And it wasn't struck in the corner at all by Weir. A little too close to Mylène Shabazz, who makes the save. And it stays 3-2 on aggregate to Real Madrid. Well, it may be 0-0, but there has been no shortage of drama in this first half. For Real tonight, Belair. Rodriguez conceded a rather miserly 7 goals in 6 appearances in the competition this season. Caicedo, there's that burst of acceleration again from the Colombian. Afinea, oh, she might take it on here, straight at Chavas. Another save from the Paris goalkeeper, but it just opened up beautifully for the player who netted her first Champions League goal of the season in the first leg. Certainly feels like it's more sustained Real pressure now. There we go, 4 attempts on target to 1. From Paris. That was the effort from Ocean Picard, which was an excellent save from Misa Rodriguez. Eva Navarro sidestepping Ndongala. Oh, and Afinea is through. Goalkeeper comes. A wise decision. The offside flag does go up anyway, but she's having a stormer of a first half, Milen Chavas. Yeah, I think she is just offside there, Afinea. Goalkeeper wasn't to know that. Davis coming forward for Paris. Picard. This really has been a gutsy first half performance from Paris. Liagra. Caicedo emerges with the ball. Oh, does she? She's lost it. Crossed by Lemogadec. A throw to the visitors here. A little bit casual there from Linda Caicedo. Liagra with the throw. And Matteo will be denied the opportunity because of the challenge by Anael Lemogadec. It's a foul. We're into the final 5 minutes of the first half here in Madrid. Compelling stuff in a totally different way to the first leg. Caicedo, Yasmin, overhit. Well, Paris have now been playing for 36 minutes with only 10 players. But they have kept Real at bay. The conundrum for them, of course, is that they have to find a goal from somewhere, even with only 10 players. If they fail to score, then Real will be through to face their rivals Barcelona in the quarter-finals. Will certainly be mouth-watering occasion. But Paris FC have got plenty to say about that. Still very much in this playoff. As I said earlier, I think fatigue could well play a crucial part, and we do feel it's vital that Sandrine Souberon makes optimum use of her substitutions. Caicedo, a little bit hemmed in by the corner flag. And it's a throw to Paris, which she cannot believe. Certainly on first viewing that looked like a good decision, but this will tell us more. Well, yeah, that could have gone either way. They've won it back anyway. Angeldal. Whipped up in the air by Koroshets. Given away by Ndongala. Weir. Avenea. Excellent block. Cleared. Certainly a no-nonsense fashion there for Paris once again. They're just desperate to get... Ndongala. They had to survive. With some scares here in the first half, Paris, but survived them they have. Clara Matteo. Throw to Real. I would imagine there will be 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the half. This is the penalty again. I think Caroline Weir will be disappointed with that. The old good height for a goalkeeper line applies there, and not in the corner. Scored any penalties in the competition so far. Pizarro's bagged a couple for Paris. Now Lacroix has got that through. Yasmine out wide for Linda Caicedo. Knocked into Dabritz. Caicedo. Nowhere to go. So 3 minutes of stoppage time has been signalled. Behind it goes by Kaja Koroshets, the Slovenian. It will be a corner to Real, just their third of the game. Away by Davis. There was a brief penalty check there, but very brief, just a throw. Should be taken by Yasmine. Caicedo. Just Touched out by Feller. That should definitely be a throw to Paris. The referee didn't spot that. Thrown by Yasmin, and it's another corner. Liagre. From a Paris perspective, vital to keep their concentration here. And Real nick a goal right at the end of the half, punched away by the goalkeeper Chavas, and then hoiked miles up in the air by Ateneo. That might get the job done in the first half for the French side. Quesada always said this was going to be a tricky second leg, even though they had the advantage, and so it is proven. And the worry for Paris is they've had that one chance from Picard, which was superbly saved, but they haven't created a great deal other than that. Feller. Last attack of the half, surely. And that will be that. So goalless at the break. A dramatic half in which Paris FC were reduced to 10 players very early on. Théa Greboval sent off for the denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. And then twice Caroline Weir was denied by Mylène Chavas, once from close range. A beautifully created opportunity for Real down the left-hand side by Dabritz, and then from the penalty spot another save from Chavas. So at half-time, Real Madrid 0, Paris FC 0, Real still 3-2 up on aggregate.
everything to advance. If you don't, you're going home.
Kelly and I really have a lot of belief in Paris FC. Janelle's killing out right now.
They're going to ruin my bracket if they win, but I just love an underdog. I love them pushing for this. And the fact that they're still in it after this first half.
I'm outnumbered here, but they're not outnumbered on the field. They have one player out. They have one goal advantage.
How long were you thinking about that before you said that?
Right now.
Love that for you. Love that for you.
Do you think we'll be seeing any changes? I think we are here for Real Madrid. Yeah, I could see Real Madrid even going a little bit more defensive. Because Paris FC did have those opportunities, they don't have to go out and score. Picking and choosing the right times, not being vulnerable in the back, as you saw Chanel's beautiful breakdown in our pre-show. I think those are the changes that we could possibly see in some of the years coming out.
Yeah, Carolyn Wheelhouse.
So let's see in, okay, everyone. The players are all ready. Sending you back to your commentators, and on the call for this one is Gary Townhouse.
To get us underway in the second half. They have won the second leg in 5 of their previous 7 Champions League ties, Real Madrid. They would fancy themselves to go on and get the job done here. But you've got to give great credit to Paris FC, who were incredibly resilient in that first half and created one excellent opportunity for Ocean Picard. Very well saved by the Real captain, Misa Rodriguez. This is Yasmin for Real. Again, very well defended on that right-hand side. Anayola Mogadek tracking Yasmin all the way. Coletti looking to release Linda Caicedo, so often the outlet for Real. There she is again. Cleared by Koroshets, scorer of that crashing volley a week ago in Paris. Beautiful strike to give Paris the lead on the night. Real went on to score 3, to put themselves in the driving seat, only for that late second for Paris FC. And Fiona Niagara deflected effort. By Mylene Mendy, should I say. Really good strike. She's waiting to come on as well, I'm sure. Athenea, it's all about staying in the game really for Paris FC. They've done that admirably so far. Caicedo. Mendes with the ball forward. Space down the right for Navarro. Caicedo. Lovely ball to Angeldal. Puts it in early. Excellently defended by Ould Hossein. Had an outstanding first 45. It does feel like one-way traffic at the start of this half. Real make it 4-2 on aggregate. It will be very, very difficult to see a way back for Paris. A player like. It's been a really brave display so far. Maria Mendes. Lacroix. Now one of 3 French internationals in the Real 11. There's another one, Feller. Cut out by Hossein again. Navarro. Caicedo. Once more the Colombian, Caicedo, Belair. Did enough there, Liagra, to get it away, but it's only a temporary reprieve. Here's Toletti. Look at that disciplined shape that Paris are holding here. Just trying to stay compact. Caicedo. Yasmin. Back to Caicedo. Belair. Angeldal. Toletti. Selena Ould-Hossein again in the right place to deal with it, but they're getting deeper and deeper here. Paris, as the rain falls in the Spanish capital. It's a dismal evening weather-wise, very gusty. And as I mentioned earlier, there's very little protection from the low stands here. As the ball in by Philippa Angeldal. Wasted no time in getting that into the 6-yard box. Brilliantly defended by Hossein. Toletti to Caicedo. Angling my neck to the right for the vast majority of this second half. They're digging in here, Paris. Oh, that's off the top of the bar. Across by Yasmin on that left-hand side. Again, wind assisted. Goalkeeper mightily relieved that it dropped onto the bar. Wreaking havoc with any sort of long ball or shot from outside the penalty area. Caicedo, fabulous run. Belair, Anthonea with the chance, and she gets horribly wrong. Well, she's got herself in some wonderful positions in this game, but she's just lacked that bit of finesse when it matters most. There's another example, a wild slash at the ball. Real have won the first leg of a Champions League tie 5 times in the past. They've progressed on 4 of those. In fact, the only time they didn't was in last season's quarter-final. Memorably against Arsenal when they were in pole position, Real, and threw it away, really. An incredible comeback by the Gunners on that occasion. They don't want to repeat here. As Toletti gets it out to Yasmin. Booted away by Davis. Back 5 at the start of the evening. So back 7 or back 8 at times here. Navarro, lovely ball, brilliant goal. Naomi Belair volleys in, and Real Madrid have the goal they craved. 1-0 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate, and they have got 1 foot in the quarter-finals. Something went awry there for Paris because there was a huge hole down their left-hand side. Belair grabs her 3rd Champions League goal of the season. Look at the space there, though, for Eva Navarro. All the time that she wanted to deliver. And it's an outstanding finish from Feller. And that is a smile born of relief as much as anything. The Paris resistance finally broken. And it's going to take... She got there ahead of Ul Hassin with a wonderful volley. Beautifully dispatched. People got sprayed with popcorn there as a result of that celebration. Caicedo. Navarro. Angeldal. Beautiful job on the shoulder from Navarro. This time, Dabrix can't put it away. Yasmin retrieves down the left. Very easy for Paris shoulders to slump now. I wouldn't be surprised if Sandrine Souberan thinks about changes soon, just to inject a little bit of energy. They've given so much here. Mendes for Real. Got real breathing space now. Navarro, classy assist for that goal, but way too much time and space. Hasn't happened often, but just that little momentary lapse of concentration proved fatal. Yasmin, Feller, taking on Liagra, gets the dead ball line. And Dongola, who mops up for Paris, and she's on her way here. Now the Mogadek. Takes on Yasmin on the outside. An ill-timed stumble. Trundles behind for a goal kick, and they really are struggling to create anything here. Paris FC. Failed to score twice in the league phase against Chelsea and Barcelona. Can Athenair get on that? She can. With a lovely ball by Navarro. Angeldal's attempted cross, I think, ends up being collected by Milan Chavas. Just the start to the second half that Pau Quesada would have wanted. Real intent, putting the 10 players of Paris under a lot of pressure, and finally the goal that they will feel they richly deserve. Well, Linda Caicedo in a good position there. Again, taking on all comers. Ball flies wide. Scorer in the first leg, in style. Matea was determined to get there first, and did. The Mogadek back to her captain, Matea. That comes to a crashing halt. Hossein. Great chance to slide that through for Matea, and she overhits it. We have played an hour in Madrid. Still just a one attempt on target in the game from Paris, which was that fine effort from Picard in the first half. They have struggled to create anything at all since half-time. Pelé, the goal scorer. Yasmin Toletti. Cleared by Hossein. Liagra. Not looking after the football when they are winning it back here, Paris. Athenea. Delightfully done. The cutback is swatted clear by Davis. Dongola had too much to do. You can hear the Real fans really believe now. Looking like another Champions League quarter-final for the Spanish side. Where it came to an end last season. Be some contest against Spanish league leaders Barcelona, who are having an incredible season. They could be in again here as Athenea sees her effort saved by Chavas. Look over to the referee's assistant. Once again, the Paris goalkeeper wasn't to know if there was an offside. Looking at that, very, very close indeed. Now, we're going to see Jedlinska and Sangare coming on here for Paris. Have the early Jedlinska, the Polish forward. Liagra going off. Jedlinska yet to score in the Champions League this season. And Hawa Sangare also on. Another one yet to score. But plenty of pace from Sangare. Looks like she's going centrally. So she's playing through the middle. Jedlinska on the left and Mateo on the right. That's how it's set up at the moment. Quite an adventurous front three with only 10 players, but of course they need to find 2 goals as well as keeping the door shut at the other end. It's a very big ask. Back by Navarro, all the way to Misa Rodriguez. Very little to do in this second half. She'll want to keep it that way. Navarro. Mendes. Engeldal. Belair looking for Navarro. Well seen by Davis. Just need to be a little more patient than that, Paris. That's just gifting possession back. Ateneo will get on that. What a ball that proved to be. Caicedo. Well, a second goal tonight would surely get the job done for Real. Mendes. Yasmin. Their attitude has been absolutely spot on since half-time. They haven't given Paris a sniff, and it's just been relentless attacking against 10 players. No sign of tension or anxiety. Toletti. Clever ball that. There was no way through for Engeldal. Suspicion of offside there, you'd have thought, and she received the ball from Belair. Bogart away. Not very far. Navarro. Oh, it's going to be an own goal. A nightmare moment for Paris. And that surely seals Real's place in the quarter-finals. Once again, Eva Navarro down the right, wreaking havoc. And it's a wry smile on the face of Ndongala. 2-0 to Real, 5-2 on aggregate. And you can't see a way back for Paris now. Given away to Eva Navarro. Well, it's a beautiful ball again, just as it was for the first goal. And it just hits Ndongala, having eluded the striker just in front of her. Nothing she could do about that. And the Paris resistance well and truly broken now. Midway through the second half, and Real can relax a bit. 3-goal cushion. Here goes Belair. Well, it was the right idea to try and chip Chavas, but the execution was sadly lacking from Real's perspective, but she's getting lots of space. You can certainly see more goals materialising for Real here. A really professional display since half-time. Very interesting move to take off Caroline Weir at half-time, but you can't argue with the current scoreline. Of course, it's possible she had a little bit of a knock, we don't know. Navarro, who's set up both of the goals. You don't get an official assist when it is an own goal, but it was another lovely cross on the right-hand side, just as it was for the Belair volley. And there's just 20 minutes to play. Davis. They're working so hard to regain possession that when they do, there's a lack of precision in their passing, Paris. Cast your mind back to last season, round 2. Paris FC were beaten 8-0 on aggregate by Manchester City. Obviously the format's changed this season, but they've been far more resilient than we saw a year ago. It really was a bitter blow having a red card early on here. Athenea for Real, comes off Davis into the side netting, corner kick. There was no sense of taking their foot off the accelerator here. Here's the latest Real Madrid corner. Oh, the goalkeeper took a huge risk by coming that far, and Maria Mendes up from the back sees her header go wide. She's fortunate there, Chavas. Double change coming here for the hosts. Sheila Garcia, Sarah Holmgaard coming on. Yasmin departs. And Belair, the scorer of the first goal, also leaves the field. Sheila Garcia, aka Shea. Look at that rain now, it's absolutely pelting down. Danish defender Sarah Holmgaard also on for Real. Never rains but it pours for Sandrine Soubeyran. His heart must have sunk when she saw the red card brandished at Thea Grebeval after just 5 minutes. Davis. Header away by Holmgaard, who's just come on. Here come Paris with Bogart. Very rare that we've seen her come forward in this second half. Poroshets, Ossine, and Dongala given away to Holmgaard. Caicedo. We tick into the final quarter of an hour. Real will go into that Barcelona quarter-final having scored in all but one of 20 European matches. Caicedo, lovely ball, and wide. Davids. That's a superb pass from Linda Caicedo with the outside of the boot in these shocking conditions. And the German Sarah Dabritz will be disappointed with that, missing the target. The accuracy of that pass from the Colombian was pretty spectacular, given the howling winds and pouring rain. 19 attempts to 3 in Real's favour. Very difficult for Sandrine Soubeyran to complain about the scoreline, I think. She'll be pretty proud of her players' efforts. Coming here, down to 10 players in no time at all. 0-0 at half-time. But it was always going to have an effect on the energy of the team in the second half, and so it's proved. Toletti. Engeldahl. Caicedo. Toletti, back to Caicedo. Garcia. Oh, a lovely ball. Navarro. Another cross, and another beauty of a cross which just misses Athenea. Well, the service from this right side from Eva Navarro has been nothing short of exceptional. Look at that. You can see her clearly thinking, I cannot do much more than that. No one able to turn it in. We're going to see Keisha Silla, the French defender on loan from Lyon, coming on for Paris, as we did in the first leg. Just their second Champions League appearance of the season. And Mylene Mendy will replace Picard. Mendy, who came on and scored that deflected goal at the end of the first leg to give Paris real hope a week ago. Hope that was rather extinguished by the red card early in the first half here. Played in Dongola. Mendy. Well, it's certainly the right idea to try and find Jedlinska. I'm not entirely sure she's touched the ball since coming on. And again, with the wind right behind that Mendy pass, it just sails out of play. Can be a huge advantage having the wind behind you, but it can also play havoc with the accuracy of your passing. But of course it's all fairly academic at this stage, you would think. Real with a 3-goal advantage. Sangara runs out of turf, goal kick. Very well defended by Lacroix. We're in the final 10 minutes here. Mendes, just trying to see the game out now, Real. If another opportunity presents itself, I'm sure they'll look to take it. But it's surely job done. Challenging circumstances. Very well won back by Toletti, but there was a foul by Athenea on Ndongola. Nothing wrong with that challenge by Toletti. That one's a different story. Certainly going to be an enormous challenge for Las Blancas against Barcelona. Wins from 20 league games this season for Barca. 92 goals scored in 20 league matches. Yellow card shown here to Maria Mendes, breaking up that attack. First card shown since the red in the first 5 minutes. Yeah. How Sangara was past it. She ensured she would go no further. Mendy over the ball for Paris. Still looking to try and claw their way back into this second leg. Great ball in towards Matteo. Just couldn't control the finish. Offside flag is up anyway. It's a delightful ball in. Look at this from Mendy. Yeah, Matteo is offside. Comes off her right leg and there's an appeal for handball, but it's all irrelevant once the flag is raised. Navarra, lovely pass to Angeldal, straight through the middle. Davritz, Shea Garcia, Navarro. No need to take any unnecessary risks now. Davis didn't deal with that, but she's got away with it because Goalless has played it forward. Mateo, a free kick. On guard, the player brought down. Navarro. A very good case for player of the match. As we tick into the final 5. Pretty sure Al Quesada can relax now. It takes something absolutely extraordinary for Paris to get back into this. An air of damage limitation about them now. Navarro. Another surging run. Nothing that Shea Garcia could do with that. Mendy. And Dongola. To Mael Mendy. Mateo couldn't get on the end of that little through ball. Again, Misa Rodriguez very alert to the danger despite having very little to do in this second half. And the Champions League run will come to an end for Sandrine Souberan and Paris FC. Lot for her to be proud about over the course of the 2 legs. That kind of Benison is ready to come on for Real, Swedish midfielder. And Alba Redondo as well. First one off will be Philippa Angeldal. One Swede for another. And we also say goodbye to Linda Caicedo. Terrific again, especially in the first half. Alba Redondo's got 3 Champions League goals this season. Scored 2 in the 6-2 romp here against Roma. Followed it up again with the winner away to Paris Saint-Germain on match day 2. No goals since in the competition. Another 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time at the most in this second half. If Paris were to have any chance, they needed the Picard effort to go in the first half to level the scores on aggregate. They've created very little since half-time. We're in the 90th minute. Real looking to get in again. Chavas with the take.
Dispossessed. Here's Navarro. Shea Garcia back to Mendes. All eyes on the fourth official to tell us how much stoppage time there will be. 4 minutes is signalled. Navarro. Got it back from Shea Garcia. Oh, the goalkeeper was second favourite. Benison cleared from right in front of the post by Keisha Silla. Took a risk there. Milan Chavas coming out to engage with Benison. He's just come on, full of energy. She did get something on that, Chavas, but it still needed to be hacked away for a corner. Dealt with by Chavas once more. Athenea. On guard. Two goals tonight was surely always going to be enough for Real Madrid, especially after the red card. And in the end, it's going to be quite a handsome victory on aggregate. Doesn't necessarily tell the full story, but over the two legs, no question that Pau Quesada's side have been the better team. They did finish above Paris in the league phase as well, remember? They were favourites going into this playoff. Mateo, first to the loose ball. Jadlinska thought she might be onto it herself. Real had other ideas. Oh, that's a giveaway. Straight to Shea Garcia. But again, Real not interested in taking any sort of risks. The finish line very much in sight. Side second in the Primera División, heading through to the quarter-final of the Champions League, the second year running. Fourth minute of stoppage time. Mendy. Looked like an arm in the face of Mendy there. Toletti. Maybe not in the face, more in the ribs. Either way, it's a free kick. Maybe the possibility of a consolation here right at the end for Paris. The wind behind. One good clean strike from Mendy could be enough to beat Misa Rodriguez from here.
quite likely this will be the last kick of the game. Five players in the wall for Real. Here comes Mendy, and right into that wall. Matter of seconds remaining here in Madrid. And that is that. Real Madrid through to the Champions League quarter-finals. In the end, it was convincing. The red card after just a few minutes of this second leg. So crucial as Teo Crababal was sent off for the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. It took a while for Real to take advantage. Weir's penalty saved in the first half after Picard's handball, but they found their way in twice. Ava Navarro with two pinpoint crosses from the right-hand side. The first volleyed in beautifully by French international Naomi Feller, and the second bundled into her own net by the unfortunate Melwina Dongola. And out go Paris FC. Real will face Barcelona in the last eight. It is finished. Real Madrid 2, Paris FC 0. Real Madrid win 5-2 on aggregate.
Real Madrid are heading to the quarter-finals after beating Paris FC 5-2 on aggregate. What a game we had in the next round as well, ladies. So we're taking on Barcelona, their arch rivals. Let's quickly chat about the match. Jenny, what do you think Real Madrid were able to find in that second half to get the job done?
I think the biggest thing was they left the first half in the past and immediately moved on to a better second half. They gained confidence after Feller's goal. They all wanted the ball. Like, it seemed like they were just their best version in the second half. They were relentless, and that's the Real Madrid that should step on the field for every minute of every match.
So you saw less mistakes like what we have.
Yeah, they didn't concede any goals.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about that before, how important it was for them to fix the defensive mistakes, and they got that part down right tonight, and I think this puts them in a really good position going forward.
Yeah, they'll be playing against Barcelona in the quarterfinals. What a game that will be.
Two games that will be.
Two games.
Hey, are you going to be anti-Real Madrid?
Definitely, there it is. I was waiting for some fire.
Okay.
We were so high up there.
I know we were together in the Paris FC potential today. We said there was potential. We knew Real Madrid.
We just like an underdog.
Yeah, we like the underdog.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to let it slide.
But Real Madrid won today, convincingly.
They did. They deserved
for
it.
sure.
Convincingly, finally.
Well, when I wanted to support Leuven, not very happy.
Hey, I'm with you on Leuven.
Different team.
I'm with you on
You
Leuven.
can support them, but thinking that they have an opportunity to win,
Hey, there's always hope.
that's a dream.
What about Paris FC though? Because they got the red card, they started to look tired. They had to play 85 minutes with 10 women on the pitch. It was going to be a hard task for them. It was going to be really difficult to manage the game from that point. I think, my tactical breakdown went down the window when they got their red. Yeah, everything changed. Garbino came off. Davis stepped back even more. But I think they showed that they have the fight. But ultimately, with how they had to manage the game, how defensive they had to be, they were so tired when they finally got into the attacking third. Not much was able to come from it. I think they should be very proud that they never gave up in this match. And shout out to Shavaz. I think she carried this team with the amount of saves she has and how she showed up. But it was just tough. They kind of set themselves up, not only coming to this game a goal down, but also playing 85 minutes, missing a player.
Yeah, I think that they did well with what they had.
Yeah.
For a majority of that game.
Yeah, you tend to think if they didn't have the red card, I think it would have been much tighter.
Agreed.
Much tighter game.
Yeah, it could have been completely different.
Okay then, everybody. I think we still got to talk about Real Madrid. I was just going to go to break, but I heard the producer say we've got 1 more minute. Well, I have a question for Janelli. With how Real Madrid performed, I think they shored up defensively. Do you think going into the match against Barcelona, that this is a team that's peaking at the right time, that is putting the defensive principles and the attacking principles together. That's what you've said has been missing.
Yeah, you think Real Madrid stands a chance against Barcelona? See, I'm putting me on the spot. Realistically, I don't know if they have a chance against Barcelona. They took
But you think there is a chance?
There is a chance. There's always a chance. There is always a chance. And today, Real Madrid took a step forward. Their mentality was different in the second half. So I think if they step into the match against Barcelona with that same mentality, with that desire to win, with that commitment, that conviction to defend, that conviction to win 50-50 battles, to press high, to know when to stay back, I think they have a chance. Now, you can't compare Barcelona and Paris FC. No. Barcelona's up here, Paris FC is here. So it's going to be a completely different challenge for Real Madrid.
So you're saying Real Madrid will be boss, right?
I want to hear first.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we go to a quick break, I think we've got something to show you. A little who wore it better. Is it Darian wearing white?